Vande Mataram. Dear friends, the other great dynasty which ruled Tamil Nadu is Pallava dynasty. Now Pallava dynasty, which had great kings called Pallava and Narasimhavarman I. During their time, they won from Satavahanas. They defeated them and they won. They have come to establish the Pallava dynasty. Now Narasimhavarman was also called Mammalan, and that's why Mammalapuram was established by him. He liked, like his father, he loved art. And if we go to Mahabalipuram, we see the rock cut stones so beautifully done that it was established by none other than Narasimhavarman. And the beautiful, because he is a devotee of Shiva, so he liked the great nine saints too, and so he always prayed them, and he felt that he built this sand temple near the shore temple. It is called shore temple. He has built it, and then he built all the rathas, and because he was a great warrior, not in the sword alone, but he was also in the fist fighting. He was called Mahamallavan, and that's why after his name only it is called Mahabalipuram. Mahabali is the great warrior and great Veera, the mighty king. His love for art, he lives even today because of his love. So when you love and do something, you live after your death. Narasimhavarman is living even today. Whenever we enter Mahabalipuram, the first thing is we see all these beautiful carvings, beautiful rock cut, stone cut temples and the rathas, and his love for art makes us remember him. So as a great king, though he ruled and he has established his kingdom, his love for art makes him live even today. So please love arts, whatever kind of art. You can learn any art and establish it, enhance it, and live for that art. Thank you. Jai. Vande Mataram. Dear friends, Western Ganga dynasty ruled from Srirangapatnam. Sriranga Raja was ruling from Srirangapatnam, and once he went to visit the temple Vedasevara at Talkad. After he has gone there, he was not feeling well. So, Queen understood that Raja was not feeling well. Rangamma, she started from Srirangapatnam to go to Talkad. She came to Talkad and asked her viceroy, the Vadiyars, to take care of Srirangapatnam. When she came, the king was not feeling well. Vadiyar understood, and he liked Rangamma's nose stone, the diamond stone, such a big stone she used to wear, and he liked that, and he wanted to possess that and to keep in the temple there. So all the Purohits asked Vadiyar to take the jewelry from Rangamma and keep it in the temple too. Now Vadiyar will send the soldiers to Talkad and ask the queen to give the nose stone And he also orders, if she is not giving, take it by force. So the soldiers go there and ask Rangamma to give the stone. She was shocked. She is the queen, and how can these soldiers come and ask her? They said, if you are not giving, we will take it by force. She says, okay, let me think it over. She goes near the river, Kaveri river, there near Talakad, on the beach. She is strolling, and then she thinks of, so a doom has come to their dynasty now. She cannot take this, she cannot give, and she'll take that stone from her nose and throw it in the Kaveri, the Talakad river, there, and she also jumps into it. Before jumping, she curses, saying this Talakad river and the whole city will be immersed with the sand dunes. Full sand will cover the city and sand dunes will be there. And she also curses that none of the temples should be open to these people for pray every day. And the third thing what she does is she curses the Vadiyas will never have children to rule. These three curses she will give, and she will jump into the river. And she dies. Now whether to believe that a great queen, a pious queen, has cursed, will this curse really stand on it? Today, after so many centuries, we see Talakad is full of sand dunes, submerged. Nearly 12 to 20 temples are under the sand. Only one or two temples top is seen, and there is only one Versara's temple not submerged. But all other temples got submerged into the sand, and that temples are mostly Shiva temples. So what they do is, 5 temples they are able to take out the sand with great difficulty and give darshan to people for one day. And from next day again they will see that the temples are submerged with the sand even till today. Even now if you go and see, what they do is the authorities and people also started coming and staying, because after her curse nobody was staying there. But now again people are going and staying. But what they do is every time, every year, they excavate, take out the temples, 5 temples, at least 5 Shiva temples out, and then do puja. And after the puja is over, again all the temples get submerged by themselves. So her curse is working. Vadiyas, till now, they don't have a child. Every child who is a king there is an adopted child. They don't have their own children from the 17th century till today. So we have to believe that her curse really worked, and good pious ladies should not be made to curse like this. Like Kannagi was cursed, Kannagi's curse played havoc in Madurai, and Rangamma's curse played havoc in Talakad. Dear friends, let us be always good to good people. By force you cannot take anything. By love people will give their life. And good ladies, pious ladies, words, if they are harassed and with pain if they say something, it will happen. So let us keep all the pious women hale and healthy and happy. Thank you. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. South India was ruled by great dynasties, especially Chalukyas. Chalukya dynasty is the biggest royal Hindu dynasty which ruled South India as an empire. Till then we had small kingdoms, and Chalukyas actually brought all the small kingdoms into a big empire. It was ruled in two halves like Badami Chalukyas and then afterwards Western Chalukyas. It was a time of Pulakesi too, when the whole empire, the dynasty, rose to its peak. Pulakesi is from Pulakesi II is from the Chalukya dynasty, and he was from the Badami Chalukyas. He was born to Kirtivarma, and when Kirtivarma died, his name was Irya and he was a small boy. So his uncle Mangalesha, he ruled on his behalf. He kept Irya as a heir apparent and he ruled. And when Irya came of the age, when he has grown up, suddenly Mangalesha never thought of giving the kingdom to Irya. He announced his son will be the heir apparent, because the power made him to change his trust and his loyalties, and Irya was thrown out. Irya went and joined with the Bana territory, made his own army, then raised a war against Mangalesha, his uncle, and he won, and he got himself crowned as the king of Chalukya dynasty, and he again worked to make the dynasty as a great dynasty, and he started working towards establishing the whole dynasty. When he became king, he had a lot of problems from different subgroups and the federatives, because the small kingdoms which were listening to Mangalesha stopped listening to the Pulakesi. He became Pulakesi too, and Pulakesi again made friendship where he has to snub the smaller kingdoms, he did it, or where he has to extend his friendship, and he saw that the whole empire comes into one. Pulakesi was a great king, because with hardship he got the kingdom back. From the father he didn't get it. He had to fight back and get his right back, and he got his kingdom back. And once he got it, he wanted to expand the kingdom and also work for the betterment of the kingdom. It is called as a golden age in the South India. Chalukyas, when they, especially Pulakesi, when he ruled, they felt he is the Chalukya Parameshwar. They used to call him as Parameshwar. So here they have given him that great position. And he also worked and built many of the temples around, and he has also seen that the religion flourish. And he had two sons, but after few years of his death, it took 13 years for them to re-establish, but somehow the Chalukyas started coming down, and Chalukya kingdom and the dynasty was not there after a few years, because they started getting defeated in the hands of Pallavas. So Pallavas took over Chalukyas. Dear friends, Pulakesi, a great king, with hard work and hardship, he got it. Where there is a will, there is a way. He has proved it to the world that your willpower will make you understand and get back what is for you, what is written for you. He grew that as a prince, and he felt the kingdom is his, but then as he grew, he understood that he lost the whole thing. He did not just go back. What he did, he formed the army again, he fought for his right, and he got his kingdom. Not just getting the kingdom alone, he has expanded the kingdom and he has established many of the institutions, especially the art, literature, architecture, sculpture, and religion. Every institution was established in a proper way. That's why he was called Chalukya Parameshwara. And that Chalukya Parameshwara, we should pay our tribute and feel that such great kings have not only ruled but established the different institutions and paved the way for the humanity to have a good feeling, and also showed the way that where there is a will, there is a way. Thank you. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. When Badami Chalukyas, where Pulakesi rose it is the Chalukyas of Kalayani, the western Chalukyas. You see, Vikramaditya VI was a great king. India was ruled by many of the Vikramadityas. We had in Gupta period a Vikramaditya, we have here the Vikramaditya VI. Because in the whole dynasty there were different Vikramadityas. Now Vikramaditya the sixth was a great king, but always he had difficulties because of lot of battles. He had to fight many battles, and Vikramaditya proved his name as he is a real king. Every battle he won. Along with not just the battles won, he was much interested in the Kannada literature. In Kannada literature, he had very great poets like Ballanna and Vijayaneshwara was with him. And the Kannada literature grew under his dynasty. Along with the art, architecture and fine arts, it was the literature also took a greater shape under Vikramaditya. So we always have to remember Vikramaditya, who was a great warrior and who was fighting every alternate day, having battles with the small groups who were who wanted to have a supremacy over him. Always they have engaged him in the battles, but along with that he paid his full attention to literature, arts and architecture too. Now great Vikramaditya VI, the king of Chalukyas of Kalayani or Western Chalukyas they are called, he took over from Somadeva, his father, and again he has given back his kingdom, and his Chalukya, he came down with the power was given to his son in a proper way. Vikramaditya, of different kinds we had Gupta period and Vikramaditya in the Chalukya period. So he was called as the Vikramaditya of South India, and he reigned it. And he also paid us a way to take care of every aspect of life. What are those aspects of life which he has taken care? He took care of his mother, he took care of his own children, he took care of his brothers, and he took care of his subjects in such a way, though every day there were tug of wars and controversies and battles. He was calm and quiet. What we have to learn from this Vikramaditya is his composed nature, calm and quiet nature, which made people only to bow down with respect every time they were seeing him. And the literary aspect, and he himself was good at literature. Let us all pay our tributes to such great Vikramaदिtyas of our country. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. Dear friends, North India was ruled by many different warriors, kings. And one such great king was Harshavardhana, Harsha dynasty. And Harsha dynasty, Harshavardhana, the son of Prabhakar Vardhana, and was a great king. Till then, again, we had small kingdoms there. He unified and he had established a great empire from Punjab to Gujarat, Bengal, Orissa, and up to Narmada river. He was lover of, again, art, architecture, literature. He himself was a writer. He wrote many plays especially, and best plays he wrote was the Ratnavali and Priyadarshini. Now he liked Buddhism, Jainism, Vedism, Vedikism, he wanted it, and he liked all the religions, but he himself was a Buddhist by nature. Maybe because his sister got converted as a Buddhist monk, from there he wanted to be a Buddhist. Now, Harshavardhana liked the way each one was like. He was a great learner too. He used to observe people and learn many things. He ruled 40 years. And 40 years, the great empire was built, and his dynasty started with him and unfortunately ended with him. That was the greatest feeling we will get. Harshavardhana dynasty started with him and ended with him. For 41 years he ruled, and that ruling, till today, we can't forget Harshavardhana. But unfortunately, when he died, his chief minister killed his 2 sons and imprisoned his wife. What a great unnatural fall it is. Can any king die thinking that his dynasty will be ended by that time, after his death? His own chief ministers will kill. With his life we understand how great you might be, how great you live, but you should also plan that your greatness continues after your death. His greatness continued till today after his death, but his dynasty did not continue. Why? Because he never thought, he believed his people, he believed his chief minister, and so you should be very careful. Some of such selfish people will be next to you. Our great kings, though they were very great, sometimes they have not paid attention to some of these things. But his place, you can understand him through his writings, how great he was. He established the religions. So all these things, all his acts were so good. Harshavardhana the Great, we always remember him, but I always feel that people, such great people, should believe everybody, but also be very careful to see that it goes in the proper hands. Because of believing everybody, God has made it, he is remembered till today, but I feel that great people should also be having a thought beyond, they have to look beyond what will happen. They have to believe everybody, but also study the nature of individuals. Individual thought. You have to go beyond the physical body and understand what the others are also having it. If only Harshavardhana would have understood that, I think his dynasty would have controlled this kingdom for few more years. Let us all salute that great Harshavardhana who gave us good literary works and also ruled very nicely, but also learn from his life that he has to know how to manage his own family and some of these people who are around him. Thank you, Namaste and Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. Delhi was ruled once by Anandapal, a Tomara clan. It was a Hindu clan. He was the grandfather of Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan was the grandson, like daughter's son. Anandapal announced him as the heir apparent, but he was not crowned as a king in the Delhi. Prithviraj Chauhan was from the Rajasthan, and he had his great people in his own kingdom, and he had poets like who used to recite poetry and praise the people. In one of such situations, one of the very closet poet, Badam, he recited poetry, a romantic poetry, and described a lady from Rajasthan. Prithviraj said he wants to know who is that lady. And he understood she was Sangamitra. He wanted to go and see her. He went and saw her in disguise, and he understood her beauty, and she also met him because she learned lot about him, his valor, his might. She also wanted to meet. But her father arranged for a Swayamvara and did not call Prithviraj Chauhan. And Prithviraj Chauhan understood that he was not called and he has to go and get Sanyukta. So he went there. But what did Sanyukta's father did? He called everybody, and near the entrance he kept Prithviraj Chauhan's statue on the horseback as if he is standing there, so that she will feel that even he has been called. But he did not call him. The actual person was not there. She passed everybody and she saw the statue. She went and garlanded him. Prithviraj Chauhan, who was standing at the back of the statue, suddenly took her, kidnapped her and eloped with her. It was the greatest love story. Till today people talk about Prithviraj Chauhan's kidnapping Sanyukta and eloping with her. She was also ready to go with him and they both got married. After that, he ruled his kingdom, but often he was having problems with the Muhammad Ghazni and Ghori. First time he won, but second time he lost to Ghori. And what did Muhammad Ghori do? He imprisoned Prithviraj Chauhan, took him along with it to Ghazni, imprisoned him there, and every day he used to call him and insult him. Every day. And in one such of the insults, what he did, he pierced his eyes also and he made him blind. But still Prithviraj Chauhan was unabated. He lived there. He became blind. Even with blindness he stayed there. And one day, even the poet was imprisoned, who was always along with him. The poet told him, Raja, why are you getting insults like this every day? Why don't you teach a lesson to this Muhammad Ghori? He didn't say anything. Again, in one such days when he was brought out to insult him, there Muhammad Ghori announced that he wanted to have a game of archery and all the Yodhas will be coming. Then Prithviraj Chauhan said even he wanted to participate in it. He said, "You are a blind man. How will you participate?" He said, "You give me order to shoot and I will shoot." Ghori felt something is wrong. He said, "Why should I give orders?" Then the poet said, he is also a king. He cannot take the orders from any soldiers. He can take only the orders from a king. So you are a king and you will order the other king. Then Ghori said, okay, I will do it. And the game started when Prithviraj Chauhan, he was blind, he was with the bow and arrow. Ghori said, "Shoot." That was, they say, Sabdaveri. From where the sound was coming, Prithviraj shot that side and killed Ghori. So being blind, he killed Muhammad Ghori. And the moment he killed him, the soldiers killed him. He knew he is going to die, but before the death, he wanted to take the revenge of not only insults, but he felt that he should kill Ghori. Without saying anything, see the patience he had for so many years. He was a warrior, he was a mighty king, he won many battles. When he lost, he became imprisoned. He was a calm, quiet king who obeyed the laws and the orders of the king. But there was a fire in him. The Agni in him was making him to understand. See the game plan and see his concentration. Being blind, the concentration is the most important thing. With Prithviraj Chauhan, we get two lines. One is his love for art, his love for music, his love for his wife, and love for his kingdom. But the other one is his mightiness, his patience, and his concentration, and the fire within him which says, "Take the revenge," and he took it. I always, right from childhood, whenever I hear Prithviraj Chauhan's story, I always feel so great. Such great kings ruled this country and we all should know about it. Thank you, dear friends, and Jai Hind. Let us salute Prithviraj. Thank you. Namaste. Vande Mataram. Pala dynasty of Bengal is considered their rule, their period, as the golden period of Bengal. Pala means the person who rules. There were many Palas, Jaipalas, Gopala and Mahipala. Mahipala was the greatest ruler of Pala dynasty. Pala dynasty was there for 4 centuries. It ruled Bengal for 4 centuries. And during that time, lot of things have emerged, especially Mahayana Buddhism was established and Tantric Buddhism, Tantric schools of Buddhism was established in Bengal. They say it is a golden period for Bengal. Many things got established and Bengalis especially, we always say that what India thinks today, what Bengalis would have taught 100 years back, or what they say, whatever today Bengalis think, Indians will think after 100 years. Such great was Bengal. Why? Because such great kings, such great dynasties ruled them. And that's why you find even Tantric schools, many Tantric schools there, and especially Buddhism has Devapala, was Dharmapala. All these were the Palas who they not only established art, architecture and Tantric schools and Mahayana, also they established even trade. If you see later years, great people are born in Bengal, and there was a real civic society in Bengal. You don't find much of the casteism there. Even religions live together in a proper way. The trade has started there. So a lot of trade flourished under Pala dynasty, especially Mahipala. During his time, a lot of things have happened, and Mahipala is considered as the greatest ruler of Pala dynasty in Bengal. I always feel Bengalis have understood, and from there the Buddhism has been introduced in Tibet. Buddhism traveled to Tibet. Mahayana was introduced in Tibet from Bengal, and Buddhism has traveled from there. You find great people there, but during Pala dynasty, because of 4 centuries rule, a golden period, flourished art, architecture, literature and religion. But Mahipala has also another characteristics. His name itself, Mahipala. Maha means big. He had a big heart, and he thought everything big, no small things. So all big things have been planned for the country, and big things he has done. But he lived a simple life. That's where they say simple living and high thinking. That's where Mahipala taught to the people that have a simple life but have a high thinking. And his high thinking made the country, the kingdom, a great country. Dear friends, have this always. Have a simple living but a high thinking. Like great Bengalis have always followed. Till today, most of them follow. Their lives are simple and their thinking is high. Let us all salute such great Mahipala who were there and who is remembered till today. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram. South India was ruled by different dynasties which brought a lot of valor and fame. And one of this such dynasty was Hoysala dynasty, and which is particularly a Kannadiga empire. Today if we see Karnataka, we find the real impression of Hoysala dynasty, because they have built more than 100 temples across the state. We find these famous temples like Chanakeshwara temple or the temple at Belur, Halibut, Somnathpur. All these temples are built by Hoysala dynasty. They were very good in art, architecture and sculpture. They have given importance to literature. They have given importance to religion. They had great people who were there, like Madhvacharya was during that time, Ramanujacharya was there during that time, and Basavacharya was during that time. It was a period where Jainism was also coming down and Buddhism was also coming down due to Adi Shankaracharya, and the Hindu temples were overtaking. So lot of temples were constructed by Hoysalas. They also constructed Jain temples like Sravanabalgola was constructed during that time. They have given equal importance to all religions, whether it is Buddhism, Jainism or Hinduism. The temples of all the 3 religions have been built during this dynasty. There was a tolerance, religious tolerance, and there was interest too. art, today if we travel, the tourism in Karnataka, we find it is a Hoysala dynasties, which has given importance to architecture, and that's why the tourism flourishes there today. I have seen all these temples, personally I have gone and I have seen, I felt so elated there. Each temple, the architecture you have to, it is a different thing. It is an Indo-Hindu architecture, you can find a separate one, and so nicely carved, each thing has been carved so nicely. And the kings of Hoysala dynasty, see some places the king overtakes the dynasty and his rule is being talked about. All the kings of Hoysala were very good, they have equally taken responsibility and they have built all the temples. Whether it is Nripakma or Narsimha, who proclaimed the whole Kalyani Chalukya dynasty, or Narsimha II or Narsimha III, all of them paid attention to every aspect of which was built on their principles. From the first king to the last king of the dynasty took interest in every aspect of the society. It was a cultural extravaganza, you can say. We can call it Hoysala dynasty was a cultural dynasty of Kannadiga Empire, and every aspect was taken care by every king. Rarely we will find in every dynasty every king taking the importance and giving importance, and that is nothing but the bringing up of the family. So here I can say the family principles have overtaken and carved a niche for every individual of the family to take care of the society. More than important of the person, it is the society, the culture, and they live till today. Dear friends, we have to understand that each of us have to pay attention to our children and see that they take the principles to the next generation. So from one generation to another generation till the last generation, they have safeguarded the culture of the kingdom and the principles of the family, and it went through. So Hoysala dynasty, I always feel, has done a great job in Karnataka, and till today we are enjoying the fruits of their seeds which they have sown it. So let us all salute all the kings of Hoysala dynasty. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind.